Chords and coffee, take you a quick drink. So, a couple of videos ago, we did a YouTube backing track. It was called Cozy Soulful Groove. It was in D major. And we talked about how you can use B minor pentatonic, D major pentatonic. They're the same thing. And we talked about how there are some arpeggios that are sort of nestled in those neighborhoods of those pentatonic scales. And the juxtaposition or sort of the intermingling of those arpeggios with the pentatonic scales kind of made for some cool ideas and places to jump off into the deep end of inspiration and swim around and see what you find, right? Well, through some community discussion that is Chords and Coffee, a challenge of doing a little YouTube backing track roulette popped up. So here we are, and that's what we're going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a YouTube backing track. I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to play with it, tell you how I'm thinking about it, and what's hopefully helpful to you. And the reason why we're doing this is that you can do the exact same thing where you live, or the next time you find yourself and you're at a jam or you're, playing, sitting in with the band or something like that, and there's a lot of solo time getting passed around. I know it doesn't happen a lot, but it does come up, especially for guitar players. If nothing else, if while you're at the music store and you meet a total stranger, right, you're probably going to be jamming in E minor or A or something like that. It's nice to have a few extra spices in the spice cabinet than just the surface level stuff, right? Nothing wrong with it, but it's nice to have a few extra flavors, right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to explore some of that. So first things first, I'm going to get my device here, and I'm going to type into the YouTube search window thing, guitar backing track, just like that. And the first thing that comes up is Irresistible Funk Groove Backing Track Jam in B minor. It's got a Telecaster on the cover with a wide range. Grab my head! Wait! That's loud. It's got a Telecaster on the cover with a wide range humbucker in the neck. It's natural. It's very cool. I'm skipping these ads for selling deodorant. Let's hear this thing here. So B minor, straight up in it. Don't reinvent the wheel, just keep it simple. I mean, do your thing, but you know what I mean. So at the top of that, I came out with that kind of Jimi Hendrix, Highway Child, Manic Depression. There's a ton of songs where he did that. And if you don't know that, that's a really fun thing to do. It's super simple. I've got my index finger on the 7th fret of the B string, and I've got my ring finger on the 9th fret of the G, and I'm bending the G up to this note, which happens to be the same note that my index finger's on, and the tension as we bend up to resolve is the cool growly part. Right? And so I did that. And then I hit a pinch harmonic. And if you haven't done the pinch harmonic thing, it's not just for the heavy metal scene, which is very awesome. But, you know, Billy Gibbons, listen to the guitar solo from Bell Bottom Blues, Derek and the Dominoes. That's Eric Clapton playing it. He does some really sweet ballady pinch harmonics in a ballad. Yes, sir. Absolutely. It's in there. So when you're doing the pinch harmonic, all I'm doing is I'm taking my pick and I'm using the, I'm using an Ultex 1mm, usually like 1.14, but this is what came out of my dryer when I tipped it over, right? So when I'm using the pick, I kind of roll my thumb into it so that my thumb and the pick are hitting the string at the same time. And if you mess around with it and kind of roll your thumb into that like that, you'll find it. And it's one of those things that sometimes I go for it and it doesn't come out, but if you're in the pocket, it'll just sound kind of cool and sort of chicken pickety and kind of choked out in a hopefully bluesy way. So did that, and then I kind of farted around a little bit with some pentatonic stuff, right? Pretty much all B minor pentatonic with a little bit of D major when I did that kind of stuff. That's straight out of this. Think of this as a like an A shape bar chord, and I've got my index finger across the 7th fret on the G, the B, or the D, the G, and the B, and then my pinky is on the 10th fret of the high E, and I'm just walking this down. And also it's just this note right here, that C sharp. Whenever I'm playing a pentatonic and I just want an immediate different flavor, but not something too crazy, throw this guy right in here. In this case, it's the C sharp, but another way to think about it is if you're at the top of your pentatonic box, it's a half step below the final note, and it's the same thing down here. I just like that. It sounds nice. In this case, it would be the 9th of B minor, the C sharp. So one of the things I like about these elevated tracks, which is what this track is, that's the group that makes them, or the person, whomever, they tell you exactly what's going on here. B Dorian. Well, what's B Dorian? Well, B Dorian means B minor is the second of what? A major. That's right. And so we talked about this many Chords and Coffees ago, where every note of the major scale has a corresponding chord, and that chord has a function that it provides. And in this case, when we say B Dorian, we're saying, hey, I want you to play A major ideas because I want this to sound like it's a part of this tonal center and not just comfortably inside of B minor, right? So let's hit this thing again. And this time, I'm not going to play B minor at all. I'm going to play F sharp minor pentatonic. I'm going to play A major ideas. Okay? So let's just try this, see what happens. So this will have a little more of a slightly more exotic flavor to it. get my bearings there. Yeah, the Dorian sound in a nutshell is this, right? It's that B minor with that G sharp there. So that's cool. So if you find this, go find this track. Again, it looks like this. Let me go back here to the top of it. Go find that. And then play you B minor and D major arpeggios. When you get sick of that, play F sharp minor, pentatonic, with your A major arpeggios. And that right there ought to be enough to last you if you're trying to stretch that out. Let's do another one. This one is called, the next one, literally the next one in line with that. What is that, an Ibanez Tallman? It's like the Ibanez version of a Telecaster. Old school. Let me turn off the ad here real quick. All right, so this one says vibrant, soulful groove guitar backing track, jam, and F sharp minor. So same thing. I'm just going to go A major in this. And in my mind, I'm thinking A major. That's half the battle, is what you're thinking. And hopefully not thinking too much, right? I'm going to throw on a little reverb. I got pretty lucky on that. In my mind, I'm just thinking A major stuff, right? And with that, I'm thinking F sharp minor pentatonic, right? I'm thinking this area right here with just a good old fashioned F shape on the A major, back to the F sharp minor pentatonic. I'm thinking this area here where it's like a D shape where my index finger is on the 9th fret of the G string, ring finger is on the 10th fret of the B, and then middle finger is on the C sharp, which is on the 9th fret of the high E. Then also throwing in the 12th fret of the high E here, and then F sharp minor pentatonic up here, right? And on that chord, I don't even know what it was, I wasn't paying attention to it, but there was like a, well, it was probably the F sharp 7 flat 13. I was playing a G sharp, and that seemed to work out a lot. And I'm just trusting my ear, right? So go find that track. That's a cool track. A major, and you're going to sound like a boss, right? Just go through that, play that. I'd also tell you when you're playing that, I was trying to invoke a melody, but then I got carried away, and I just kind of started playing as much A major stuff as I could. But that's not bad either. But also go back and just say, I'm going to make up a melody. And if you can train yourself to instantly make up a melody, that's a useful skill, a very useful skill. Even if it's a counter melody that sort of fits nestled in with the groove where you can kind of ride along, that's worth the investment. Every now and then somebody will ask me about my pedals. Here they are really quickly. Good old Boss TU2. Remember that thing? Old school. This is a wah pedal that a beautiful human being named Wayne Brown, who's no longer with us, did some stuff on the inside to that. That's an interesting story. I'll tell you that later if you're interested. Boss volume pedal for a cowboy boot. Exotic compressor. Exotic RC, real clean booster. No gain whatsoever on that. I mainly use the Angry Charlie side of this Sweet Tea, and I love it. Strymon Lex for that Leslie sound. Strymon El Capistan with the favorite switch. I got 2 different delays out of that box. And then for slapback, I used the Boss Wazacraft. And then this old Boss RV3, which is made in Japan back in the day. I bought it brand new. Getting a little long in the tooth. That's fine. That's the plan. So anyway, I hope this helps you. Hey, if you enjoyed this and you want to do this YouTube guitar backing track roulette again, comment below. In fact, I would love a challenge. If you say, hey, Nate, do this one, that would be awesome too. And just post a link to the track. And then I'll give you a shout out. And we'll just keep doing this thing. I appreciate you watching. Y'all have a great rest of your day. And we'll see you soon.